Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Sunday, August 2nd, 12th day of Av. 12th day of Av means that we are 3 days away from Tu B'Av, or the 15th of Av, which you may or may not know is considered a very special day. Sometimes it flies under the radar and not everyone watches for it. The only way it's going to affect you halachically is that we won't say Tachanun on that day, but it is considered a very special day, very festive, and in some ways it's likened to Yom Kippur, believe it or not. So I'm going to start telling you some of the reasons. Might only hit one reason here today. It's rather lengthy. Here goes. You know that the Jewish people sinned greatly when they listened to the spies who said that we shouldn't go into Israel. And God punished them greatly. One of the things that they had said was, we wish we had died in Egypt and we don't want to go into Israel. So God said to them, it's like, be careful what you wish for, because they got their wish. And God said that entire generation, 600,000 men, would die out during their 40 years in the desert. And their children would take them in instead. Okay? Now, so you may not know this, but what they did was, and the night was Tisha B'Av. Did you know that? That on the 9th of Av, God told them that you came back, the spies made everybody cry on the night of Tisha B'Av. That's the night it was, saying we can't go into Israel, and God said this will become a night of crying. So for their 40 years in the desert, here's what happened. Every single year on the 9th of Av, they were told to dig graves and to lie down in their graves, and that 15,000 of them, or 15,000 and a little more, would die every single year until that whole generation was wiped out. They would lie down in these open graves on Tisha B'Av night, look up at the sky, and 15,000 plus would not wake up on the following morning. And that way, over 40 years, 600,000 people were wiped out from that generation, and the next generation went into Israel. Okay, on their final year in the desert, final year, they dug graves, they lied in their graves, they were waiting for 15,000 of them to die, and they woke up the next morning and they were not dead. So the first thing they considered was, maybe that wasn't the 9th of Av. Remember, they didn't have calendars. They looked up at the moon and said, well, maybe we got it wrong. So they went back into their graves on the 10th of Av, and nothing happened. 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. And finally, they were lying in their graves on the 6th day, their 6th try, on the 15th of Av, and they said, we're staring up at a full moon. That's a full moon. It is certainly the 15th of Av. We are certainly not going to die, because it is 6 days past the 9th of Av when God sort of decreed this death upon 15,000. And so the last 15,000 were spared. And it led to great, great happiness. And that is one of the very, very many interesting reasons why the 15th of Av is celebrated as a happy day. I think over the next day or two, I'm going to give you some of the other reasons. Some of them are astounding. And so stay tuned, okay, tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.